Hello everyone. Today we are here to present our group report of international business strategy. First of all, I would like to introduce my group. We are group of 5 people: Bhanu Chadha, Manan Maksud, Venkat, Mohit, and Bilal Sheikh. First of all, we make 5 report on 5 different companies. First of all, I would present my report in front of you all. The selected company is Evergrande. It's a China-based company. It is established in 1990. It is established in 1996 by Mr. Hu Kayan or Su Jiayun. It's a real estate company. It's running a business in China in the real estate and construction. It's the second largest real estate company in the China. The major focus of the company is towards the construction and toward buildings, towards the construction and the real estate. The head office of the company is in Shenzhen, China, which is in the southern China. And this company also having different 8 diversified businesses, which include car manufacturing business, food business, and the drink business as well. The chairman of this company also having is the one of the richest person of the Asia. It's personally having the worth of $10 billion. So this company also have many political influence as well. The total employees of the company is 1,23,276. So now I would like to present the mission statement of the company. The corporate mission statement of the company is to build the brand with the quality and establishing the enterprise with integrity. The spirit is the self-effort, unfalling perception, and pursuit innovation with comprehensive planning and efficient implementation of the strategies as well. Because they are focusing on building a brand, they are more focusing on their investor and their customers as well, to create a great image in their minds. Now I would present some of the financial position of the company. This company having the total liability of more than 300 billions. The total tax paid by the company is 300 billion RMBs, and the total asset worth of the company is 2.3 trillion. And if I talk about the revenues of the company in 2020, the revenue of the company is 507 billion yens, which is around 73.6 billions dollar. If I discuss about the scope of the company, it's having 122nd position in all over 500 global enterprises. If I speak about the strength of the company, this company having more than 1300 projects in more than 1300 projects, which are spread all over in more than 280 cities in China. So if moreover, if I talk about the employees of the company, it's having 1,23,276 employees, and the main area of service of this company is the mainland of the China. For the mainland of the China. This company also win an award during the COVID. As I said, the owner of the company having some political influence as well. So they take a lot of debt from from the banks, and also play the role in growing the economy as well. So during the pandemic, this company also win the record, which is called the National Advanced Private Enterprises in fighting against the COVID-19. So moreover, if I go toward the macro environmental factor, the most dominating factor of this about this company is political, legal, and economic factors. If I talk about the political factor, political contact help in making money by taking debts. Like I told you, the owner of the company, Hu Kayan, having an influence in the politics as well. So due to their political influence, they take the advantage and they take a lot of that from the banks and the government as well, which is more than 300 millions. If I talk about the legal factors, this company had to face many of the law, had to face the law as well, as the 39 building demolished, and the shares of the company suspended in last few time on the it is about 29 building halts. The construction of the 29 building stops, and in the recent news about 2 or 3 days ago, I hear about on the 31st of the December, some of their trading, the shares of the trading share of this company suspended in the Hong Kong Hong Kong Stock Exchange. If I talk about the key objectives of the company, the main or the key objectives of the company is to capture the market. As I told you, this company having 8 different businesses as well. So their main focus is to capture the market, to diversify their business, as they are working. The major sector in which they are working is the financial sectors, in tourism, in health, in construction, and in the real estate. If I talk about one of the most important key objective of this company is to create a brand, as the mission statement of the company is to create a brand, but is to build a brand with the quality. So they are more focused towards creating a brand to provide a quality services as well. So Chinese, if I talk about the Chinese economy, so this company, after I said that this company take a lot of debt, and nowadays it's seen that this company is unable to pay their debts, but this do not has a great impact on the economy, as the central bank of the China reduce the risk of the exposure, and the total obligation of this company is around 2% of the annual GDP, and other 1% worth of GDP liabilities on the off balance sheet of this company as well. It would create a panic in the economy, but as I said, the central bank of the China already take remedies against this, so this does not have too much impact on the economy. But some researchers suggest that the economy of the company collapse if the Evergrande found to be as a default company. One of the largest of the world largest credit rating agency called Fitch also declare Evergrande as a defaulter, as the Evergrande missed 2 or 3 payment in the recent days. For the recommendation, if I go towards the short-term goals, so I would recommend the major for the short term, the main recommendation are indulge in the financial planning. If I go toward the medium term goals, and for the recommendation for the medium term, so this company need to build the damaged reputation, as the mission statement of the company is to build a good and a quality business. So they must have to rebuild their reputation and their structure in the mind of the customer and investor as well. If I go toward the long term goals, so this company must have to pay off their debts, focus upon the long term growth and the planning of the company. As I told you, this company exceed the liability of 300 billions, so they must have to pay back these debts. But if I talk about some of the financial factor of this company, so this company having liabilities of more than 300 billions, but this company pay a tax of 300 billion RMBs as well. As along with this company having the total asset of 2.3 trillion RMBs, and the total revenue earned by the company in the 2020 is 507 billion yen. So this is not a small company, it's a big company. They must have to rebuild their reputation in the mind of the customers and in the mind of the investor as well. So for the long term, they must build these things. So it's from my side. If any one of you have any question about my report, so I'm really grateful to answer your question as well.
Thank you so much, Manan. I have written a question. I have actually combined 2 questions together, if I may ask. As you have stated that your company is the second largest real estate company in China, can you please state the name of the company which is on the top and the other company which is following your company, maybe right next to your company in the list?
Yes, the Evergrande is the second largest company in the China, and the one who is on the top in the real estate business in China is the Country Garden company, and the company which is following the Evergrande is China Wenke company. So there is a lot of changes in the company's ups and downs, but from a long period of time, the Country Garden is on the top. But we can see that the fluctuation between the China Wenke company and other companies and the Evergrande company for the position, for the second position and the third position as well. So any other question?
Thank you.
So I have a question, Manan. So my question is, after your thorough finding about the company, what you think it is a stable one or an attractive company for investors or not?
As I told you, in the Chinese economy nowadays, the housing market slow down, and this company also having a large debt to pay back. The residential sales slow down, and the company is unable to pay back their loans. Along with
Okay.
this, I told you about the demolish of the 39 building, due to which
Yes,
the state
yes.
suspended of this company. And nowadays, also we see in the Hong Kong stock exchange that the share trading of this company got banned, are not offered for the cash. So this company is facing the challenges, but along with these challenges, as per my opinion, this company grow a very good reputation in a very short time. So the most of the investors are attracted toward this company and want to invest in such kind of companies where they get the benefit. It's a part of game. In a business, you can say that it's a part of game, that up and down comes. So no matter this company is nowadays is not in a good situation, but in a very short period of time, they earn a lot of money. They do a lot of business and create a good reputation in the mind of the
Yes, I
customer.
got it. I got your point. Thank you so much for answering my question,
Thank you,
Manat. It was
Mohammed.
a
Any
great
other
one-on-one
question?
session. Thank you.
Hello, Manan. I want to ask one more question. I would like to ask what the question is. What factors influence the performance of company, and what's your personal opinion? Who to overcome this problem?
The main factor which influence the performance of the company are mainly these factors which I told you about. The factor influencing the performance of company is political, legal, and economic. As this company have a great influence in the politics, they take a lot of benefit by influencing in the politics. They take advantage, but they must have to pay back this loan as well. So these liabilities are now exceeding. So these political factor, you can say that the owner must have the pressure from the politicians as well to pay back the loans, as to support the economy. They must have to stable back their economy. And as we see in the COVID, a lot of economies collapse. If they are unable to pay their debts, most of the companies also collapse. If this company collapse to pay back their debts, so it will have a great impact on the economy and the politics as well. So there are along with these, they also may lead towards the legal challenges as well. If they collapse, they declared insolvent or a defaulter, they must have to
Yeah,
face many of the legal challenges. So they must and with the economy, as I told you, there are a lot of factors which influence the economy. Like if they do not pay back their loans, they get defaulter, and the company collapse, it
yeah,
will affect on the economy, as it's the total
I got it.
economy having the 2%. They have the obligations of 2% of the annual GDP. So if
Yeah,
they collapse, it will affect a lot. But in my opinion, to overcome these, they must have to to pay back their liabilities. They must have to pay their taxes to stable the economy and support the economy as well. If they take the advantage, they must support their economy.
thank you.
Uh,
Thank you, answer.
any other
Thank you.
question?
Nothing, Bilal. Thank you. Sorry, nothing, Manat. Thank you
Okay,
so much.
so the
Yeah.
next person is Mr. Bilal, who is going to present the report on AstraZeneca. So I would like to invite Mr. Bilal to present the report. So Mr. Bilal, please.
Thank you so much, Manan. That was wonderful from you. My chosen company is AstraZeneca. It is a Swedish pharmaceutical giant under the direction of its CEO, Pascal Sorat. Has spent the better part of a decade rebuilding a powerful research and development operation that is now one of the most efficient and successful in the industry. The company also boasts one of the big pharma most promising pipelines of new drugs with particular strength in oncology, where it has invested in a string of highly targeted cancer treatments. It also has divisions focused on cardiovascular and renal diseases and some other diseases. Those medicines have not some cheap, though the company's weak free cash flow has been a perennial concern among investors. Many analysts suspect quest for cash was a prime motivator behind AstraZeneca's December 2019 announcement that it was buying Boston-based Alexion, the company. The company which is a leader in medicines for certain rare diseases in a 39 billion cash and stock deal, one of the industry's largest recent M&A transactions. So AstraZeneca jumped out to an early lead to develop a vaccine for COVID-19, as we know, through a partnership with the University of Oxford, but missteps during the clinical trials set back its effort. The company's vaccine is still considered critical to ending the pandemic. Its low cost and ability to be stored at normal refrigerator temperatures makes it well suited for lower income countries. So if we move to the next slide, we see the mission and vision. Transformation of healthcare is actually their mission, and the vision is to stop the progress of life-threatening conditions. As we move to the next slide, we see that pattern analysis are required. So politically, some countries have banned the vaccination recently because of political and legal boundaries to COVID vaccine. The international presence of AstraZeneca requires the organization to consider these differences to avoid undesired circumstances carefully. Detailed environmental analysis is imperative before deciding to enter a new market or start a new product line. Some example of environmental factors that AstraZeneca need to consider are given that the rapid technological advancement and technological diffusion across the globe have increased the importance of understanding technological factors during the strategic decision-making process. A detailed analysis of the technological environment can help AstraZeneca capture the technological trends to achieve certain business advantages, such as increasing profitability and boosting innovation process and enhancing the operational efficiency. Changes in demographic patterns like aging, population migration trends, and socio-economical variables have paramount importance for international business. So if we talk about equality and power distance, the power distance within a society shows the acceptance of hierarchy and income inequality. So the company AstraZeneca must adjust its business management practices while entering in market with high or low power distance. Since AstraZeneca also needs to study the traditionally assigned gender role to align its marketing and communication practices accordingly. So the culture, they also need to know the social norms and class distribution. Culture is considered as an important variable, as we know, by international marketing managers. Each society has distinguished norms and values that play an important role in shaping consumer behavior. AstraZeneca should develop local terms and develop local partnerships for understanding the social attitudes and norms to tailor marketing strategies according to unique cultural differences. It is important to understand the industry life cycle stage. Entering in mature industry can be more challenging due to market saturation than industries at the growth stage. So if we talk about the inflation, employment, interest, and exchange rate, the GDP rate will determine the AstraZeneca's ability to pursue its long-term growth strategies in a market. High GDP also signals the consumer's ability to spend more on offered products. High unemployment signals the availability of surplus at labor market, at comparatively low wages. If we talk about labor market condition, the demand and supply of labor determines the wages, rates, and supply of skilled workers. AstraZeneca must study and predict the labor market condition to understand how it can affect their talented workers and leverage their skills. So if we talk about the economical structure, the business practices of AstraZeneca are influenced by prevailing economic structure. The economic and regularity environment is a monopolistic or oligopolistic structure which will be different from the monopolistic competition and it is a perfect combination. If we talk about the recommendations, so in a short term, we would say that collaborating with other companies is key, is a vital, is a must-do thing. In medium terms, we say that focus on improving and or improvising their image, which is maybe banned or not doing good in European countries. And long term is expanding operations in other countries for an efficient supply chain management. Managing supply chain is the key and is very important. So that's it from me. If you have any questions on your mind, please feel free to ask. Thank you.
Yes, Mr. Bilal, I have a question. When you talk about the national politics of the country, I note down some point. Can you give an example of your selected company's image being harmed or not accepted in geographical location just because of politics?
Yes, within pastel analysis, thank you so much, Manan. Political factors exert a strong influence on the long-term sustainability and profitability of the company like AstraZeneca. The presence at international stage increases the company's sensitivity to change in political environment of different companies. The company's presence in different countries, each having their own political tension, so growing tensions and instability in the global political environment can affect the gold industry growth and limit the growth opportunities available to AstraZeneca. Like in European countries, we can see that vaccination is struggling just because of the recent Brexit. In the countries like Germany, France, and some other are not accepting, not improving AstraZeneca's vaccine. So that's just because of political difference, as we can see.
Yes.
Other than we have seen that the vaccine is very much on a good side. Thank you so much. Any
Definitely.
other question?
Thank you, bro. Anyone else have a question? So please.
Yes, I will. I have one more question. When you say the pressure groups of protest, what sort of analysis identify the problem? How they affect the image of your company? Or do you have any examples?
Yeah, recently we have seen the anti-vaxxers and the long-going protests in central London. They are certainly harming the company's image by showing that there is nothing like COVID. There's nothing like COVID, and it's just a fraud. So AstraZeneca should carefully analyze the protest by pressure groups and social environmental activists and worker union. As such, protests play an important role in the policy making process. Close collaboration with such groups may enhance AstraZeneca's ability to collaborate with community and achieve long-term cooperative goals. Moreover, a well-developed governance system with a democratic political environment makes the business environment more comfortable for international business organizations like AstraZeneca. Any question? Any more question?
Thank you, Bilal, for giving that clarification. Thank you.
Hi, Mohammed Bilal. I would like to ask one more question. The question is, what sort of factors can affect the price of companies, products, of services at different geo locations?
So entering in countries with high taxation level will directly influence the profitability of the company. High taxation affects international trade and prevents exports. So AstraZeneca can enter in low taxation markets and benefit from high profits, and that can be invested in research and development activities. The organization may also study the industry specific taxation policy to understand the host government's priorities and invest in developing industries. So similarly, high trade restrictions can make the business environment more complex by affecting the exports and harming relationship with company trade manager partners. Thank you so much. Hope you have got your questions, and thank you so much. That's it from me. And over to my friend Mohit. Thank you. रोकना मेरा 2% बैटरी रह गई है मैं चार्जर पकड़ लूं सॉरी
Thank you so much, Bilal, for giving me the opportunity to speak me about my company. So my company is Tesla, and my name is Mohit Sai Kusuma. I'm going to say about Tesla. Firstly, saying about Tesla, Tesla is my favorite brand, and at one of the other day, I'm sure that I'll be taking a Tesla car for sure, for me and for my family. So coming to the topic, so I'm going to give an introduction about the company. The engineers of Silicon Valley joined hands and formed the company Tesla in 2003. The company has focused towards producing environment-friendly energy that could protect the environment instead to giving harm to it. In 2006, Elon Musk has become the CEO of the company with most of the shares, and elaborated upon the purpose behind the existing of the company, which would include the development and adoption of the solar electric economy. The represented the main aim of the Tesla that was to develop system that provides sustainable energy. However, with the effects of production of the Tesla Roadster started in February 2008. The regular production of Tesla Roadster was started in March 2008, which was priced around $1,09,000. In the following 4 years till 2012, the Roadster sold were totally up to 2,450 cars. Due to the great depression in the economy of final position of Tesla also suffered greatly and introduced to the Model S was delayed. So the next slide. So the company has a mission and vision statement. The mission statement is to accelerate the world transition to sustainable energy, and the vision statement is to create the most complaining car company of 21st century by driving the world transition to electric vehicle. Next slide, please. So, as discussed, the model of international business strategy, the Porter's 5 forces model would be utilized in order to understand the external environment that is being forced by Tesla. The 5 forces of Porter's that impact the business includes the rival among competitors, threat of sustainable products, threat of new entrants, bargaining power of customers, and the bargaining power of suppliers. The extent of these forces impact the performance of business and the strategies that could be implemented. I would be explaining about the Porter's 5 forces briefly by point and point. So firstly, I'll be speaking about the previous slide, please. Rival among competition. So it would be strongly impacting the performance. It will be technology driven industry. So you know that the Tesla industry is the first and becoming the top one industry to driving the cars on the roads, and it's huge amount of investment in research. Yes, because you know it's an automatic car, and people are loving to take automatic cars, and it's like an eco-friendly car. So, and the next step is like frequent introduced of new models of cars. They're just going on introducing new models of cars again and again, and well-developed and well-known competitors. You know that we all around have the competitors, and even Tesla has also competitors like Kia and MG, etc., etc. Next slide, please. So the next theory, like Porter's 5 forces, the second one is bargaining power of customers. So it's like low bargaining power, customers take the price being offered more and more, and threat of sustainability is the next third one. Porter's 5 forces, which has been taken the third one, which is high threat, intensive competition, well-developed research center. We need more well-developed research centers and a wide variant of options available. So the next slide, please. So next slide, the fourth one is a threat of new entrants. Weak forces, high investment cost needed for entry, well-regulated industry by laws, highly associated cost by operations. And the fourth one is bargaining power of suppliers, moderate threat, distributors forward integrators, suppliers holding power, increasing in prices from suppliers, impact of profit margin. The next slide, please. We have the recommendations. The next slide, please. Short-term, medium-term, and long-term recommendation. The short-term is like invest in backward integrations to reduce power of suppliers, and the medium-term is expand the supplier chain to other countries as well as expansion, and the long-term is increase the product range available in affordable price as well. So I can say that I can stop my. This is all about my company. So if you have any doubts and if you want to just have a one-on-one, so you can just ask me. So I can just clarify your doubts as you have. So anyone?
Yeah, thank you, Mohit. This is Bilal, and
Yes, Bilal.
I have written down something for you. As you have discussed that Porter's 5 forces model would be utilized to understand the external environment. Can you say about the rivalry among the competitors?
Yes, for sure. So basically the rival among the competitors is the force that's strongly acting on the performance of the Tesla. Okay, as the automotive industry is impacted by the new technologies and each automotive manufacturer is looking for the changes that can be brought about in order to ensure that they stay competitive in the market. Okay, the automotive companies and the small in number, but they are well developed, which means they invest huge of capital in research. They lead to intensive competition among the companies in the industry. So there's the Tesla faces intensive competition in the automotive industry as they have small number of well-developed competitors. So this is my answer for the rivalry among the competitors. So
yeah, Mohit, I have one question.
Thank you.
What's your
yes,
opinion about the impact of bargaining power of customer?
Okay. The impact of bargaining power of customers is relatively low in the industry as the customers has to take price that is being offered by the company. Okay, so the Tesla enjoys the benefits of operating the industry that has the impact of the customer bargaining power. However, the threat of substitutability is high in the case of the industry due to the intensive competition in the industry. There are small number of companies which produce high quality and wide variants of cars which can help them compete with Tesla.
Yeah, I got your point. Like we study in the leadership as well about the consumer behavior of the customer, like the consumer behavior. So it's I got my point.
Even the Tesla faces the bargaining power of customers in terms of
thank you for the clarification.
Substitute products that can be competitive offers.
Thank you.
Is there any more questions?
Yes, Mohit. Can you say about the threat of the new entrants?
The new entrants would face the high cost of brand development, high cost associated with these starting and running businesses, and the difficulties in achieving the economy of scale in such industries. These low threat of new entrants remove the competitions of the new entrants of Tesla. Okay, so for Tesla, they can easily deal with the forwarding integrations, which eliminates the power of distributors. However, the suppliers of Tesla have moderate power over the cost of Tesla. So as the production of Tesla is independent upon the suppliers and the deliveries that impact the performance of Tesla, the increase in the price from the suppliers might impact the profit margins. That's all for your question, Venkat.
Thank you, Mohit, for your clarifying me the doubt. Thank you.
So that's all on my topic. So I'm just I completed my topic. So the other person, my group mate Bhanuchandra, wants to continue on his topic, company. Thank you. Over to Bhanuchandra.
Thank you, Mohit. Sai, giving to me opportunity to me. I'm going to explain to you about my company. My company name is the Sabic. Is the company that deals in the protochemicals with headquarters located in Saudi Arabia. It was founded in 1976 and acts as the subsidiary for the Saudi Aramco, which holds 70% of its shares. The remaining 30% of the shares are held by the local public, which are traded in the open market. The Sabic is the short form of the company. Name is of Sabic Under Corporation. The Sabic has three strategic units that operates under the main head as different strategic business, and namely petrochemicals, agri-nutrients and specialists and metal. Despite locations of its headquarters in Riyadh, it has the major operating of productions unit in Al Juba and Yanabu. The location of the company in Saudi Arabia gives it a competitive advantage. At Saudi Arabia is an oil-rich company country. They invest large sums of capital in the technology of invitation in order to come with improvement, increase the efficiency on their production process. The team of the technology in investment is spread across the world in order to develop the certificates and the patients for the products that they develop. The operations of the SOBIC are spread in around 50 countries that we serve in the employment opportunity to providing around the 32,000 jobs. Uh, the vision statement of the SABIC is to become a preferred to world leader in the chemical industry. In coherence with their vision statement, they have also established a mission statement that revolves around the ways in which they provide quality products and services. Those who includes through invitations, learning, and operational excellence. They also aim to enhance value investment of their shareholders. The coherent is mission and vision statement indicates they are focused upon invitation. It was the pestle and is utilized as the tool to understand market conditions that are impacting the business of the Saudi Arabia. The pestle analysis includes the major macro environmental factors impacts the business, include political, economic, social, technical, environmental, and legal factors. The economic factors impact the business includes a trade agreement between country and the economic conditions of the country. The growth of the was robust in 2018, but it slowed down moderate in 2019. However, the economics were hit by the COVID-19, which slowed the economic growth. Its response, the critical policymakers of the country included fiscal monetary policy stimulate the growth. The choices were raised by European countries due to the Brexit. The next, which impacted the growth of economy and the business. The impact the performance and business of SABIC. The political and legal factors include the impact of the tax rates and the tariffs begin applied to the trade and production of SABIC, as the Saudi Arabia is an oil-rich country. In the company is the substance of government company. They enjoy numerous of benefits. Their own and trade barriers or traffic with business. The government said Saudi Arabia is also do not import taxes to local special petrochemical of refining firm due to revenue to the generate with the exports. Moreover, winning European countries with the World Trade Agreement had led to less and restrictions in the US and the European countries. The petrochemical industry is highly impacted technological factors as the technology brings innovation in the process of the enhanced efficiency. The SABIC has have a heavily invested through technology and innovation department. In this regard, as mentioned earlier, they have technology and innovation department spread over the which helps to then efficiency in the production of department. However, the industry highly impacted their environmental concerns due to the increase of the industrial towards the sustainability. The SABIC produced electronic products using oil as the raw material, which is non-renewable energy sources, thus causing problems of the environment. But SABIC is considered for the sustainability as they realize the regarding this increase in population 2050, which will be increase the production. There's leading more that more use of energy that describe implementing sustainability as learning to process implement it continuously. Moreover, the social factors do not play a major role impacting their business. The overall energy SABIC is making efforts and judges according to the external environmental factors. However, the political and legal factors in their favor. If you have any doubts in this, my company are explaining about the overall.
Thank you, Banu. That was nice. I have one question to raise.
Yeah.
Can you please tell me that how COVID-19 affect the activities of company, and what do you think? What were the remedies at that time?
Thank you. The good question, Malbai. The growth of the economy was the robust in 2018, but then slowed. However, the economists were hit by the COVID-19 2020, which slowed down the economic growth in the response of the crisis. The policymakers of the country introduced the first momentary policy of the sustainable of growth. The choice was raised in the European countries due to the which impacted pace of the growth on economy on business, the impact performance on business of the SABIC.
Okay, thank you.
Anybody questions we have, guys?
Yeah, bro. I have a question. While you are presenting the report, I highlight a factor. What factor affect the SABIC in meeting the global challenges? What do you think? What are the factors that affect the SABIC company for meeting the global challenges? Now we everyone know that it's a global challenges. Every company is facing so many global challenges. So what do you think? What are the challenges or the factors which affect SABIC in meeting these challenges?
Yeah, that's a good question, Manan. I will answer to the question. Definitely, the answer: petrochemical industry is highly impacted by the technological factors as the technology brings innovations in the process and enhances efficiency. The SABIC is heavily invested to the technology and the innovation department. That's my answer.
Thank you, bro. Thank you.
Banu, have a question for you. What are the competitors of SABIC?
Competition. It's a simple, Venkat. That's on the LG Chemicals and Mitsubishi Chemicals and Dow Chemicals. That's it.
Thank you.
Thank you, giving opportunity. And the next giving opportunity to talking about the next competitor giving to Venkat.
Hi friends. Thanks Banu for giving me opportunity. I'm going to explain about my company of ABINBV. It is a multinational drinking and brewing company. ABINB stands for Hertfordshire Brews and Hertfordshire Brews. It is an Brazilian base. It has been collaborated with Belgium and South America. It has 160. It has approximately 630 beats in 150 countries. The company has been divided the beats into brewing as in three different as in internationally, globally, and then nationally. International brewings are the Corona Extra and Stella Rose, and whereas goes for an international brew. This basically depends upon Becky's. It has been operated by many countries. It has nearly the function management offices in New York, and the regional headquarters are in the London, Mexico City, Johannesburg. It is the second largest listing in the Mexico City Stock Exchange, Johannesburg Stock Exchange. The CEO of ABINB was Michael Douglas from the July to 2021. 2021. I can say that as of now I know the information about the number of employees was it is approximately 1,70,000 70,000 people have been employed in the ANB. ABINB was formed through an INB itself merged with an interview from Belgium and ANB from the Brazil, acquiring from Asian Brew from United States in October 2015. When I go the financial status of the ABINB is called the net income of this company was nearly USD 10 billions, 10 USD billion, and the total assets is 236.65 billion US dollars, and total equity is 84.55 billion US dollars. So it's an the operating income of the company is usually of 16.42 US billion dollars. Management, the ABIBU have missions and vision. The statement, mission, bring the people together for a better work. Vision statement, we have to believe, take over the responsibilities and growing of the for the results. Ownership, this company, the company ownership, 30% of 28.6 companies are Brazilian investors, and 22.7 through are the private investors from the 3G capital. We have, as of I know, told, there are 160 beat brands. We have properly global brands are, as I told, the global brands are Stella Rose, Budweiser, and the Corona Extra. In few years back in 2015, the ABINB company has been investigated by the US investigation US Justice Department for buying a beer of beer a distributor, preventing themselves from the beats and its competitors. You have any questions for that?
Yes, Venkat. On a macro level, can you put some light on the factors like legal factors and political factors, please?
Yeah. Sorry for that. Sorry for you. Many political factors. I can say that many of the companies are arguing that the brews were not at all good status. That's the reason the US Department has been started investigation investigation. They have been told that their brew has been good and they need to be political. Then and the department has been told there is nothing to do and there is nothing with the brew department.
In addition to Bilal question, I have one more question. As you discuss about the macro factor in terms of legal and political factors, can you please also elaborate or can you please put light on technological factors as well? Like what kind of technological factors are important and in what field they are facing the challenges?
The technology has been highly impacted in the performance of the organization, as a technology-oriented process leads to the higher efficiency throughout the process. The technology plays an important role in the brewing. The ANB has a great included sustainable aspects of the production, so that the technology has been improved in this system.
So the technology and the innovation is most important for this sector.
Yeah.
In short term, you can say that. So thank you, Venkat, for the answer. Anyone else?
Anyone question?
Yes, Mohit, sorry, Venkat. Can I also ask you about the environmental factor? Like these kind of companies face some environmental challenges, like you can say that Budweiser and Corona. So they must face legal and technological factor. But the economy or the economic factor also affect these kind of product in the country. So what's your opinion about that?
No, as of you told the economic and geographical conditions, the company has been given the certain brew laws. They need to be sold under the country rules, country rules and regulations.
Okay. Thank you, Venkat. Anyone else have questions? So ask. My part is done.
No, there are no questions.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yes, carry on.
Thank you. We have been completed. All of our teammates has been completed their explanation about their companies. Thank you. This is a wrap up of our discussion.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Mohit. Thank you, Manu. Thank
Thank
you,
you so
Bilal.
much. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much, Mohan.
everyone. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank you. Especially thank to Mohammad Bilal for good questions in my company, explaining about that.
Yeah, everyone asked very good
Yeah.
questions
Everyone
and
participated.
cleared
Thank
their
you so
doubts.
much.
And
Thank you
thank
for
you,
your time.
everyone, for your cooperation, for your time, and for your preparation for the assignment. Best of luck to all of you. Thank you.
Yeah,
Bye bye.
thank
Thank you.